I'm OG Edwind, I'm a sneaker enthusiast, and I'm addicted.
With the 13th pick in the 1996 NBA draft, the Charlotte Hornets select Kobe Bryant from Lower Merion in Pennsylvania.
Swammp family and all, kick people around. This is your boy Eddie J with another exclusive from Swammp. We have my man Edwin, OG Edwin.
I'm talking about my Kobe set, man. Something I'm very proud of. Obviously, a lot of dudes don't keep up with the Kobe's like that. You talk about the bronze, you talk about the KDs now. So Kobe's kind of seem like taking a back seat. But this is part of my pride and joy. What I got here is I got all 8 Kobe models, as you can see. And the way that I do my sets is I base them off just models alone. I don't, like, you got different folks who, the way they do they sets is they collect one model in different colors. The way I do it is I get all models in just one particular color. This is the Zoom Kobe 1. This is the MPLS colorway, the Minneapolis colorway. He wore these during the Hardwood Classics back in '06 season. He wore these a couple times on the court. And I don't know if you can honestly see it, but on the insole, it has all the Lakers retired numbers. Wilt Chamberlain, Magic Johnson, Wilt Chamberlain, Kareem. I got all the retired Laker jerseys in there, or numbers I should say. It's a dope shoe, but a lot of dudes don't really know about it. So, but I like that though. I like to basically have shit other niggas don't really have. This here is the Zoom Kobe 2. This is the FIBA Olympic colorway. He wore these in the FIBA games in '07. Pretty much it seems as if it's a free run if you look down at the sole. But it's a dope shoe. You got the strap. And then of course you got his logo on the back. Very, very clean shoe. You don't really see these often either. Next shoe I have is, this is probably the worst designed Kobe, but to me it's just straight fire. It's the Zoom Kobe 3. This is the All-Star colorway. He wore these in New Orleans back in '08. It's such a dope shoe, man. I love it. It's hideous, but I love it because it's just not often seen. It's pretty much considered rare now because it's not often seen at all. But I consider this a heat shoe. The next shoe I got is the Kobe 4 rings. This is my favorite colorway of the Kobe 4. He wore this colorway opening season in the '09-010 season, the year after they beat the Magic in the finals. If you look closely, you got the 4 rings behind the tongue. Just a sick shoe, man. I love the gradient laces. You go from purple to yellow. It's my favorite Kobe 4. It's a beautiful shoe. Next up, I got the Kobe 5 in the All-Star colorway. Unfortunately, about this colorway, he did not get to play in this All-Star game. He was injured, so he never really got to wear him. He never got to wear him on the court. But this was when the game was in Dallas in '10. But this is my favorite colorway of the Kobe 5. You got the 3M hardwood panel. It's just pretty dope. These are also still Dutch stock. Next up is probably one of the, if not the most sought after Kobe. These are the Christmas 6s, aka Grinches. The way I got these is I traded dead stock South Beach 8s to get these. Obviously, I did not do that trade straight up because we do know how, you know, South Beaches go for. So I got these plus 200 for the South Beaches, and I look back now at that trade and I honestly don't regret it to this day. To me, I see these as more heat as the South Beaches. You don't see Grinches as often as you see South Beaches, and Grinches, they're pretty much up there in value as well. So I don't regret that trade one bit. I'm alright with it. It's been 2 years since I've done that trade, so it's all good. I've moved on. Next up, I got these Christmas 7s, the Cheetahs. This is my favorite colorway of the Kobe 7. Honestly, the color, the model itself, it wasn't really popular. It didn't really, you know, it wasn't crazy. It kind of fell off after the 6. But this to me is my favorite colorway of the Kobe 7. And he did wear these one time in the playoffs as well against the Nuggets. So he wore these Christmas and against the Nuggets in the playoffs. Dope shoe. And last but definitely not least, I got the Kobe 8, the Christmas colorway. By far one of my favorite Kobe's. It's just a dope shoe, and I liked it even more because they went with like a dark theme this year. If you look to the last two, you got like a Volt bright theme. This year's though, they went with the little darker theme. And he actually got fined by the league for wearing this colorway because they had the all white out jerseys and it just did not correspond with the jerseys or the uniforms. But I love this shoe. It's my favorite Kobe, I'm gonna have to say. But yeah, this is my Kobe set. All 8 models. Hoping he gets to play in the 9. So that's pretty much what I have. I'm eyeing the Shaq Attacks, which dropped this Friday the 19th. I have an OG pair, as a matter of fact. Obviously they're not wearable, but keeping those for nostalgia reasons. Get the retros, rock those. I'm pretty much gonna be one of the very few dudes that I know that could honestly say they got the retros and the OGs, because Shaq Attacks OGs as it is extremely rare to come by. So I'm definitely eyeing the retros this Friday. I camped out, I'd say a good 12 hours to get them. When pigs first surfaced online, I knew I had to get those to complete my set. There really hasn't been any other Kobe 8 that has garnered my attention as much as the Christmases. I just love that shoe. That colorway is just so dope. The Grinches go hard too though, don't get me wrong, Grinches is sick, but if I had to choose one, I'd probably go with the 8s just because I like the darker green, the multicolored uppers, the crimson laces, the speckled midsole, the 3M stripes on the back. It's a dope shoe, well crafted by Nike. Obviously, to me, it's the best shoe out the entire pack, which has been Kobe's for like the last 3 years. His Christmas shoes have been the best out the pack. So I'm definitely glad I got my hands on those for sure. Honestly, man, the shoe game to me is corrupted, and we spoke about this last video we did. It's been basically taken over by teenagers and resellers. There's very few out there now that do it for the love and the passion for sneakers. I consider myself an avid collector. I buy shoes because I intend to keep, to build off of, to build my collection. And then you got other dudes who just buy just to flip, and basically it's like a never-ending cycle. I'm not really into the hypebeast shit, as in like the Yeezys. Maybe it's because I can't afford it, but I'm not really sweating it either. I'm not into the limitedness. I'm more into like the shit that's been worn on the court, the OG stuff that is like taking me back. So I'm alright though. I mean, like, it's each their own. Obviously everyone has their way of collecting these sneakers. I have my way, and I just try to, you know, hopefully I have the respect of my fellow shoe enthusiasts, as you could say. And that's pretty much my goal, is you know, just get that respect.
Put Molly all in her champagne, she ain't even know it. I took her home and I enjoyed that, she ain't even know it. Got 100.
Honestly, like when I heard the news, or I read the news I should say, I wasn't really too surprised. Obviously as a rapper, you know, you're gonna say shit, you know, spit some lyrics, spit some rhymes, some verses that you're gonna receive some backlash from the public. People who have never even heard their music still gonna come at you, or at them I should say. Honestly, it doesn't, I don't mind it whatsoever. I mean, what Ross said was a little out of line, you know what I'm saying? You can't really rap about rape, although he never did say the word rape. Honestly, if you look back at the lyrics, it's pretty much rape. So obviously you can't support that. There's no way you could support that. You gotta, women is God's, you know, gift to men, so you definitely can't knock that. It's too soon to say. We're still in April, so I can't really say I've been disappointed to any. Actually, I'm more hyped than disappointed, especially because of Reebok. You have the Kamikazes drop back in January, which luckily I got. You got the Shaqs coming out this week. Iverson's coming out next month as well, and Iverson's my all-time favorite player. Nikes haven't really been doing it for me much this year so far. I'm trying to, you know, stay away from the swoosh. So I'm on to like that Reebok hype right now. So, but yeah, I'm more excited and hyped than disappointed for sure though. So it's all good though. We all know that Nike has 3 marquee players on their roster: KD, Bron, and Kobe. Kobe, obviously, he's pushing 35. Obviously, unfortunately for his Achilles injury. Hopefully he don't go out like that, which I'm sure he won't. But the reason why I got into collecting Kobe's is because he's a Hall of Fame player, probably one of the top 5 greatest of all time. He's already 4th on the scoring list.
I can give him that.
So yeah, and you know, I feel like you gotta give respect where it's due. And Kobe, he's not my favorite player, and he's not my all-time favorite, but I definitely respect him. And I feel like in order for me to respect a player of that caliber, I'd have to, you know, collect some of his signature shoes. Obviously, he's had other shoes also, like the 2K5s, the Huaraches, that is, and the 2K4s. But his signature models is what I focused on, especially colorways that he either wore on the court or, unfortunately, like the 5s, he never got to wear because he was injured. So, but yeah, that's pretty much got me into collecting Kobe's. You don't really see a lot of cats rocking Kobe's. And when it's all said and done, and he retires, and he's in the Hall of Fame, his shoes is going to be sought after. So I definitely am glad that I started early. So no, and I'm kind of glad you asked me that. I despise IDs with a passion. Also customs. There are some customs that look on point as IDs, but I have this thing where if it's not an official colorway put out by Nike, I look at it as a glorified fake, as in like it's a grade A fake, being that it's an actual Nike product, but it's not a colorway put out by Nike. So I hate IDs, I hate customs. I only stick to the colorways that are officially put out by Nike. And a lot of people might not agree with me, and I might get some backlash for what I just said, but it's just the honest to God truth. And I've seen some IDs go for more than the actual colorways themselves.
Really?
Which, yeah, I don't know how is that even possible, but I stick with what Nike puts out, with what Nike puts on the shelves. So that's how I feel about IDs and customs. It's depending on what shoe you're getting in return. I've done many trades where I've gotten one shoe and I've gave up like 5 or 4. And the only reason why I would do that trade is because either 1, the shoe that I'd be getting back is a shoe that I covet, or 2, the shoes that I'm getting rid of, honestly, I could give 2 shits about. I'm not a reseller. Obviously, a lot of people would say, oh, well, I could easily make money off these shoes that I'm trading you. But like I said, I'm not a reseller. I'd rather just build off of what I have. I'd rather just build my setup, my collection, whatever the case may be. So a lot of people, obviously, it's a lopsided trade because you're giving up 4 pairs for 1, but it also depends on what shoe you're getting back. So I'm not against it, obviously, because I've done it myself. So that explains that. I'm pretty sure as years go down the road, obviously his shoes will get retro. Hell, you got dudes talking about wanting LeBron's to get retro, and he's only 29. Oh, I should say no, he's 28.
Yeah.
And he's already 10th year in the league. But when Kobe retires and he's off in the sunset, or obviously Nike will retro his shoes. But we talking years from now. But yeah. So I'm sure Nike Kobe's will get retroed at some point.
Swammp with OG Edwind, we signing off. Anything else needed? That's it, people. Bow.
Peace.